Hello there, this is James and you're watching Tixee Live. And good afternoon to everybody. Now, in today's little program, I'm going to obviously give you a little bit of update on the story we were talking about yesterday. In fact, the story we've been talking about for a good couple of days. And that's an update on oil, obviously. As well as that, though, I want to shift attention to something else, which the market is beginning to look at, especially build up for tomorrow, because this some key data coming. So let's have a chat about that. But before we start, don't forget, these little videos are for educational purposes only, and in no way whatsoever should ever be taken as advice. I always suggest you do your own research and do your own due diligence. There you go, got it. And of course, know the risks at hand before entering any trade. With that out the way, how's everybody's day going first? Everybody having a good day? I hope so. I've had a busy day, but a good day. But anyway, let's get on with what's happening in the market, what the news is. Now, of course, obviously, we've been talking about oil. This morning we spoke about it. We talked about oil yesterday as well. And it still very much dominates the headlines at the moment. In fact, obviously, we know we've got OPEC. OPEC is meeting today. And we know the rumors previously of OPEC, for one, not including Russia on the new oil production deal. And at the same time, maybe Saudi Arabia and Kuwait and other nations might increase production. We know those rumors. Well, we've got more rumors now coming out, leaked by potential delegates of this OPEC meeting. Now, some are saying, though this is not confirmed, obviously, it's just rumors. Some are saying that they may increase production by 650,000 barrels per day. Currently, the production is at 432,000. So increased by 650,000. So that is one of the rumors which has been leaked out. We'll say it's a rumor, so it might just be a rumor. But that's something which has come out today. They may increase by 650 barrels from 432. And that has had an interesting impact on the oil market, which we'll have a look at the charts at the moment. On other developments of the oil story, Biden is set to visit Saudi Arabia by the end of the month. Many know that he's probably going to go over there to try and discuss increasing oil production, because obviously he has a number of political issues at home, and obviously the American public are holding him because he's the main guy responsible for the fact that petrol prices, or gas prices as they call it in the States, they call it gas, don't they, not petrol, are really, really, really high. So he needs to go over to Saudi. One of the reasons he's going to Saudi is to try and negotiate, them increasing production. So that's one of the things. But oil currently, at the moment, as it stands, is off the lows of the session. Yeah, Brent is minus 0.90% and WTI is minus 1.15% or 1.15%. Because over the last, we're going to have a quick look at this now. I'll show you my charts. Because since that sort of rumor broke out about the increase of 650,000, sorry, I need a sip of water. About them possibly increasing barrels by 650,000. Both Brent and WTI have bounced off the lows. Before that sort of rumor came out, it was trading around about $111 a barrel. This is WTI, But since then, it's spiked up, and it's now around about $112 a barrel. It's still got that potential resistance, though, where the 200-day moving average is. If we have a quick look at Brent as well, Brent did the same, okay? It was trading around $113 a barrel. It's now spiked up on the back of maybe this rumor of $114.91. Now, the reason why I think this could be, it could be a case of buy the rumor, sell the fact. What do I mean by that? I'm really thirsty today, so I do apologize. What do I mean by that? Well, in some cases, when there's a rumor of something's going to happen in the market will go a certain direction. But when that rumor is confirmed, it goes the opposite direction. Okay? So even though this is just another rumor, okay, maybe the market is looking at it and going, right, this is buy the rumor, sell the fact. We knew this was going to happen, and now we're going to jump in again. So even though it's a rumor, they might be taking it as fact. So this is why we might be seeing a boost in oil oil prices, even though they've been under immense pressure for the last 2 days. So anyway, that's the latest developments in oil. And obviously any more I will share with you, but let's move on to something else. Let's talk about something else, because we've been talking about oil a lot, and I do like talking about oil. It's a major thing, obviously, but let's talk about something else, because now I can see the job market is coming into focus. The job market's coming into focus. And we've had some job data today, okay? One was quite shocking. Well, not shocking. One was very negative, okay? One was disappointing. The other one was positive, okay? But these are the two different data we've had. We have the ADP Employment Change, okay? That stands for Automatic Data Processing. Okay, it's a private organization which does similar to what the NFP does, but it's a private organization. Anyway, ADP Employment Change was announced at 128,000 new jobs versus the number of 300,000 expected. So it was very disappointing. However, at the same time, well, actually 15 minutes later, we had the US initial jobless claims announced, and that came in at 200,000 versus 210,000 expected. So better. Don't forget, the initial jobless claims is the number of people initially signing on for unemployment benefit. So obviously 200,000 is 10,000 less than they expected. So that's good news. It's good news. So now, of course, all attention turns to the all-important non-farm payroll, which will take center stage tomorrow. And don't forget, I'm going to be doing a live watch along for that event. Okay. So anyway, this is the thing. Okay. So obviously the NFP is expected to come in at 320,000. Unemployment is supposed to come in at 3.5%, and average earnings is supposed to come in at 0.4%. Now, in my opinion, I think the key one, or the one which the market is going to pay a lot of attention to, is average earnings, okay? Because obviously this calculates how much salaries are going up. And of course, with high inflation, people need to have, more money to be able to keep buying stuff. So that's going to be a key. Now, average earnings in May was 0.3. April, it was 0.4. March, it was 0.0. But in February, it was 0.7 and January 0.6. So we are expecting it to be slightly higher at 0.4. So I think the market will pay a lot of attention to that. NFP-wise, okay, last month, okay, the expectations 320. Last month was 428. April was 431. March, 678. And February, 467. And January, 199,000 new jobs. So yeah, this is going to be a key event. And I think, people are going to be looking at the job market this job data quite a lot, because we have got a good labor market. Despite the high inflation, despite the signs of economic slowdown, the job market is good. If we see a slowdown in the job market, though, or a decline in the job market, then the threat of, the dreaded R word, i.e. recession, will start coming back out to play. So the market will start talking about that again. So that's going to be a key event. Just so you know, some people, I don't necessarily believe it, but some people believe the ADP report, which, as we said, came in 128,000, lower than expected. Sometimes people look at that as an early indication of what not the NFP could be. I don't often see the link, but that's how people see it. Whatever the ADP is lower, they think the NFP could do the same. I don't necessarily believe that, but that's what some people think, just so you know. So anyway, let's have a look at market reaction, how the market is reacting at the moment. Give me a second. Okay, here we go. Right, let's start off with the cable. We've had a slight bounce back after this morning. Remember, we had a strong US dollar on the back of that PMI data yesterday. The cable has bounced back. It's being held by that key level again. Remember, we talked about 125.49. There was that support we also said we looked at, which is 124.650. That's where it's bounced from. So apparently, currently now, we are being held around that area of interest of 125.49. If we look at the euro has also got back, and this is mainly down to a little bit of dollar weakness. Remember, we came off the low here. That's when the PMI data is now currently trading still just under 107, but it's 106.97. slightly above the 100-day moving average, but not below the 200-day. So that could be a potential resistance there. So that's a level of 107.18. Back onto gold. Now, those who've watched me before, you know it's one of my favorites is gold. Hang on, I see a question here. Smiley face. Thank you. What's I going to say? So gold has been stuck in that range. Remember, we've been watching it over the last couple of sessions between support 1,829 and that potential resistance, the key potential level of 1,864. What I've added into this as well, though, I've actually added a Bollinger Band. And don't forget, the Bollinger Band, okay, is supposed to, the theory goes, the top band can potentially act as a resistance, and the bottom band can potentially act as a support. And as you can see, as it stands, the Bollinger Band and the support, surprisingly, are around those two levels we have been watching over the last couple of days. The gold has bounced back again a little bit today. It's currently trading at $1,858, but it is that key level of 1,864 we need to watch. So that's what's happening with that. Okie dokie. Currently, the European session, don't forget, is a little bit quieter today because the UK, they're on holiday today and tomorrow, celebrating Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II's Jubilee. So the market is a little bit less volumes so far in the European session, but the US session is coming, so we should see a little bit more action. But currently, as it stands, the FTSE is trading 0.34% higher, DAX 0.80% higher, Euro stocks currently trading 0.93% higher. Coming up tomorrow, I've already talked about this. I'm going to talk about it again. US non-farm payroll, unemployment level, and of course, average earnings. I will be doing a watch along. Please come along and join me. We watch it as it happens. Like I said, I'll be watching the average earnings in particular. It should be exciting. I know the NFP sometimes can be lukewarm, but I think average earnings is going to be the key thing to watch because I think it's all about the money at the moment. So please join me for that. Don't forget, you can ask me questions. I've got a nice, happy, smiley face. Thank you very much for that. I do appreciate that. But you can always ask me questions whenever you want. This is the point why I'm here. And if I know the answer, I certainly will share it with you. If I don't, I'll find out for you and I'll come back with the answer on my next session. So no more questions at the moment. Not a problem. But anyway, I hope everybody's having a great day. I know I am. Tired and running around and exciting, but I am having a good day. But no questions. Not a problem. Not a problem. I'm going to say, if you think of a question later, okay, please put it in the comments section, either on the YouTube or Facebook. I will see it, and I will answer the question next time I'm online. So please feel free to put questions in that too. So please reach out. I like to interact. This is what I'm here to do and what I'm here for. Okay, so please feel free to do that. On that note, like I usually say, if you're watching me on Facebook, feel free to, if you like, feel free to follow. If you're watching me on YouTube and you like it, feel free to subscribe. Hit the notification button. Next time you know I'm going, next time you know when I'm live. And give me one of these if you found this video today insightful, interesting, and maybe you enjoyed it. So put a smile on my face for the end of the day. That'd be really great. Anyway, on that note, remember, these little videos are for educational purposes only, and in no way whatsoever should ever be treated as advice. I always suggest you do your own research and do your own due diligence, and of course, know the risks at hand before entering any trade. Till next time, every single one of you, trade safe.